Well. What did I say? I said in my prediction video, I didn't expect much from the Falcons. I expected the running games to be pretty decent. But our passing defense is really, really bad. And now we've lost our top 3 cornerbacks. We have no Casey Hayward, AJ Terrell got injured, and Isaiah Oliver is missing. Marcus Mariota is not the quarterback. He's not the guy. Because we cannot be doing what he's been doing and win games like that. Because that's just going to put a whole lot of pressure on the defense. Falcons lost 35-17. The Falcons conceded 28 points in the first half. That's not good. Marcus Mariota went 8 for 13, 124 yards, 1 touchdown, and that touchdown was a long, 75-yarder to Damiere Byrd, who was our top receiver. Damiere Byrd was our top receiver. This just tells you why Marcus Mariota is not the guy. 8 for 13? Joe Burrow was 34 for 42. If we want to at least have a good chance of winning these games, we gotta try and get the ball to our receivers. We have to have our quarterback have at least 20 to 24 attempts, not 13. And literally, Kyle Pitts and Drake London were barely in this game, man. Joe Burrow, 34 for 42, 481 yards, 3 touchdowns. He averaged 11.5 yards per throw. Rushing game, best runner. Tyler Algier, 16 carries, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Marcus Mariota had 6 carries for 31 yards, 0 touchdowns, and Caleb Huntley had 6 carries for 22 yards. So again, we did outrun the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals had the longest rush, had the most rushing yards when it comes to one running back, because Joe Mixon had 17 carries for 58 yards. But in terms of the whole rushing yards, we had 29 carries for 170 yards. The Cincinnati Bengals had 21 carries for 78 yards. But this is where we lost the game. Our top wide receiver was Damiere Byrd with the 1 catch, 75 yards. The other guy that caught multiple passes was Olamide Zaccheaus, and he only had 31 yards for 3 receptions. Drake London had 1 catch for 9 yards, and Kyle Pitts had 3 catches for 8 yards. So the passing game was just absolutely terrible. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that at the end of this video because I just want to get into this. Then we go on into the Cincinnati Bengals. 8 receptions, 155 yards for Tyler Boyd. 8 receptions, 130 yards for Jamar Chase. T. Higgins had 5 receptions for 93 yards. And Hayden Hurst, the former Falcons, had 6 receptions for 48 yards. What? I know AJ Terrell went down with an injury, but how does 3 receivers on the Cincinnati Bengals almost have over 100 yards? How does that happen? Legit. 3 receivers on the Cincinnati Bengals almost had over 100 yards. I don't even want to check it. I don't even want to take a look at the defense. I really don't. I know we have some sacks in there, but the defense, I ain't gonna say nothing. The rushing defense is good, but the passing defense, I don't want to say nothing about that. So, it wouldn't be the last Falcons review I did against 49ers. Marcus Mariota did not fumble the ball. This time, he did. So, in every game but the 49ers game, Marcus Mariota has fumbled the ball at least once. But I'm not going to get into that because I'll say what I'm going to say at the end. Rashaan Evans, top defensive player, 13 tackles. Jaden Hawkins, 11 tackles. Cornell Armstrong, I'm pretty sure that's the defensive back that came in. Darren Hall, Trey Anderson. We did have some tackles for loss, and we did have some sacks. I think Lorenzo Carter got a sack, and Grady Jarrett also got a sack. Richie Grant got a tackle for loss. We had some pass deflections in there, but overall, the passing defense was just absolutely terrible. So I'm not even going to get into that because I don't want to really talk about this defense. I really just don't, because the passing defense was terrible. The rushing defense is always going to be good. It's always going to be good, decent for the Falcons. But now I can get on into what I wanted to say. Marcus Mariota, I'm going to say this, and I've never said this before on camera. Marcus Mariota is a shit quarterback. Marcus Mariota is a shit quarterback. 13 attempts. And you want to win the game? And the play calling is absolutely terrible on the offensive line. On the offense. We have Drake London. We have Kyle Pitts. We have Olamide Zaccheaus. And yet we can't seem to know how to get the ball to them. But we're rushing the ball so many times. I love the fact that the Falcons have identity when it comes to rushing. But stop running the ball so much. Literally. Stop running the ball so much. Marcus Mariota was what? 9 for 13? And Drake London, a rookie wide receiver, the first wide receiver off the board, is the worst performing wide receiver this year. Kyle Pitts, Florida, tight end. If we're not going to use him, trade him. Because I do not want this guy's career wasted with a shit play calling by Arthur Smith and a shit quarterback in Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is not it. The Falcons need to do something, and next week we face the Carolina Panthers, who just shut out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 3 points. And they traded Christian McCaffrey. I don't know what Tom Brady is playing like, but next week, the starter for the Atlanta Falcons needs to be Desmond Ridder.